I'm not ready yet. You got 5?
Yeah.
I do now. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Rome Board meeting for our Thursday, October 16th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Number 2, roll call starting from my left.
Evenson here.
Giardino here.
Yasdal here.
Samosfed here.
Reppin here.
Number 3, certified posting of the meeting, please.
I certify that on Monday, October 13th, 2025, the agenda for the Town of Rome Board meeting for Thursday, October 16th, 2025 was posted at the Rome Town Hall at 1:47 p.m., Quick Trip LLC 1:55 p.m., Nakusa Port Edward State Bank at 2 p.m., and emailed to the Wisconsin Rapids Tribune at 1:42 p.m.
Thank you. Number 4, you need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Number 5, please stand for Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 6, citizen comments. Any cards turned in?
Nope.
We'll dispense with 6. No action contemplated except possible referral to future agenda. Number 7, information updates, meeting recaps, recent correspondence, current events, and announcements. Starting from my left, Cheryl?
Just one thing is tomorrow night at the Rome Band Show, Visit Rome is having their Halloween outdoor movie night. They're going to have Hotel Transylvania. Bring your chairs and your warm blankets. Come watch a movie. Right, if it's not raining.
Don't forget the popcorn.
And the popcorn, right?
I got a couple of things. First and foremost, I want to give you an update on the military banners. We ran into a little issue where the printer needs to kind of find out and identify the medals and the badges and the ribbon bars that people requested to be put on these banners, which again has slowed us up. So we've decided that the best thing to do is, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. We'll wait till Memorial Day. We'll have a big thing on Memorial Day and keep it up until Labor Day. We ran into some roadblocks where the town got flooded, and it affected his printing business. So I think that's about the right thing to do. We contacted all the people who are involved, and I think that we sent the board members a memo. So that's where we are with the banners, and we'll be, keeping on top of this. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. And another thing I want to announce is, I don't know if it was on today's social, the town website. The police department is pulling the solar farm signs. You have to remember that there is a code ordinance. You can't put it on the easement, and so they started yanking the signs and confiscating them. We got them back. I myself feel that's a poor PR stunt. I think they should have came to either the town administrator or the town chairman before they just yanked them right out from people. But so please, move your signs and let's be in compliance.
Mark?
No, nothing.
Jim?
Just to let everybody know, Lake Camelot Property Owners Association is having their monthly meeting this Saturday at the Lodge at 9:30.
And I'd like everybody to meet our new town administrator, Karen, and I screw up your last name.
Karen DeRoff.
DeRoff, okay. She joined us a week ago last Monday. She jumped in with both feet and been having a good time, we'll say, right?
So far, so good.
Very good. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Karen.
One other thing I wanted to mention, we do have hopefully a date coming up, 10/31, with Audio Architects to redo the whole audio visual in this room in the community center. So going to get the right people in here and do it right. So hopefully that'll be done. An update on the tunnel. Did you want to mention anything on that? Yeah, as long as you're here. If you would, please just...
She needs a microphone over there.
Oh.
Yeah. Just to let everybody know where we're at on it. So.
Yeah, the tunnel is complete. Do you want me to?
Does she?
Catch. Toss it.
There you go.
So they put the top on the tunnel on Thursday. They're just waiting for it to cure, and
They think Highway 13 will be operational by the 27th of October.
Really?
Right.
Oh, wow.
The trail, they did the gravel, the dirt base, the gravel base, the pavement. They're trying to coordinate it with American Asphalt, who's going to be doing the road, as well as the project, the paving project on Apache. So they're thinking the week of the 25th or 27th. And then the week of 11/3, the pedestrian bridge will be placed on the footings. So
Wow, great.
definitely on target. They've had perfect weather and no delays. So
Great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, 8, department and committee reports. You probably don't have it, but just want to show Karen how our EMS works. We're in conjunction with 2 other towns here. Are you familiar with this at all, with Lifestar?
No.
Okay. We had an issue with our service a couple years ago, 2021, I believe it was, with Nakusa Ambulance, and they really fell apart. Went to a meeting and realized that they weren't going to be in existence too long, and they weren't. So we put together a district, EMS district, with 2 other towns, and we modified the whole contract so it would work for them because it was based on various forms. Anyway, what really is interesting is when you look at the response time, it's outstanding, especially compared to what we had. It used to be half an hour, 20, who knows? It was all over the board. But now these guys have been just outstanding.
I did see that when I
7
was looking through
minutes.
the packet earlier and
pretty
noticed
good.
that. So yeah, that's 7 minutes and 35 seconds
microphone.
for Rome.
Oh.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
You need to turn it on.
It's not a.
Little red button.
There we go. I did notice that in the packet and was pretty impressed by 7 minutes and 35 seconds for a response time for Rome is really good.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have full-time, 24, 365 with it's not just EMS, we have a paramedic on duty at all times.
Okay.
And possibly 2. So it's been actually extremely, we've been fortunate to have them operate here for us.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
let's see, anybody else have any other? I did have another one on camping. I don't know if you noticed that, we had permits issued going back to 2019. We had a steady increase, 373, 457, 551, 574, and then started dropping down. Last year, 2024 was 399, and this year was 210 permits to date. And I'll give kudos to our zoning manager. She caught this, and what happened was our last zoning manager decided not to have permit cards out there. Next year, they are going to be required again. The permit card will be available, and they will be on site, period. No ifs, ands, or buts, but kudos to Emily for catching that one. Anything else? We good on any of the reports?
Yep.
Okay. Discussion possible action on the following items. Discussion and possible action approval of the October 1st, 2025 and October 2nd, 2025 meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from October 1st and October 2nd, 2025.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Number 10, discussion and possible action, checks, vouchers, receipts, and journal entries. Approved checks number 49845, 499932, totaling $582,279.03. Auto payments totaling $73,251.74. State Social Security Medicare withholding totaling $36,276.07. Payroll vouchers V24250 through V24378, total of $100,662.66. And checks number 21704, totaling $892.69. Receipts number 26878 through 26922, totaling $174,463.38.
You need a motion for that?
Yep.
Motion, yep.
Okay, since I don't have to repeat it, I'll make a motion for that.
We're not going to repeat that. Hold on.
I'll second.
All right, discussion?
Veto.
I had one question, and Robbie's not here to answer. On page page 5, we've got these building inspector contracts and building inspector contracts, okay? Are these actual inspections, or is this just a fee, contract fee, do you know?
It's both.
Okay, combination? Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. That's all I have for that. Any other discussion?
And that's for several months. It didn't get paid because we were waiting on them
Oh.
to correct it. So that's not just,
Okay,
if you can see, it's for May through
Yeah.
August.
Yeah. all right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion's carried. Number 11, discussion of possible action, approval of a recommendation from the Parks and Recreation Committee for a bike rack for the Rome Town Center.
Where would they locate this? Did they say?
Supervisor Reppin, can you?
Yeah, so we're just going to put one down there by the town Rome Center there, either on the north or the east side or the west side there. And it'd be for the bikes coming into this city here. They can park their bikes and go to the Rome.
Oh, I was thinking, okay, it's not going to be by the water pad?
No. Well, we could put it there, but we're thinking more down by the gazebo, either that side or this side.
Or by the gazebo?
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable to me.
What's the cost, Tim?
We had an estimate for one, $550, and then shipping was $110. And that was from Uline.
How many bikes does that hold?
9 bikes.
And it's a heavy one, so you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
locking it down.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
stationary, it's heavy.
We don't have to put
You have to bolt it down, right?
Yeah.
I talked with Corey about it this morning, and he said it would be very difficult to roll up and take the bike rack.
Yes.
It's that heavy.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 80 pounds, something like that.
We did a motion, right? Already? We did, okay. So we'll need a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the bike rack as listed by Park and Rec for the Rome Town Center.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Number 12, discussion of possible action, approval of a recommendation from the Parks and Recreation Committee for a food truck pad for the Rome Town Center. You got one bid here from Econ, right?
Yeah, that was for the electrical. There's also the gravel, and there should be
Sprinkler.
multiple things there that he got.
Yep.
Moving the sprinkler. I talked with Cody
Yep.
this morning about it, so he said there's one
Oh,
for the
it's
stones.
not going to be a concrete pad?
No.
No.
And how many trucks are going to be able to fit on this?
Cody told me about 7 or 8.
Six,
Oh,
yes. I
that
think they're-
big?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to, looking towards the future, they're planning for future.
Are
too,
we going to
so.
have a sign there for people to know that's just strictly for the food trucks and somebody doesn't park their car there?
We did discuss some signage, and so we are working on that. Yeah, we haven't got there yet, but we are working on putting some kind of driveway entrance for the food truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said there's should be stone in there, a bid for the stone, the electric, and then moving the sprinklers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all in here.
And the stone, it sounded like he said, included the driveway coming into the parking pad.
Yes,
Yes.
yep, widening that out, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And the other thing he said was that there may be possible funding for this through the Vibrant Spaces grant, but that needs to get sorted out, so
Yeah.
possible funding for that.
Possible. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. We just wanted to get this so that for the spring, it can get
Yep.
on their schedule.
Right.
Are they going to have like garbage cans over there so these people can dump their garbage instead of dumping it on the ground?
I think there's already,
There's some there already.
there's already some there, but I think we got extra ones last year, didn't we? Yeah,
Pull the extra ones in and out, that's
Okay.
just for the event.
for the event, so there will be extra ones there.
And no one's ever dumped it on the ground.
Never can tell.
I'm there every pass.
I like it.
They're very good, yeah.
All right, what did you say the cost was?
I think he told me it was around 30 grand, somewhere around
Got,
there, but I'm not sure.
I've got the numbers here. You got 12,130 for the gravel and the pad and removal of the product. You've got 14,944 for electrical work. And what was the other one there? It was the sprinkler system was $650.
And this is going to be adjacent to the band show?
It's going to be in the area where they've been parking. In that area there.
There's gonna be an in and out, so they're gonna pull in.
Going to come in the one way and then they're going to go out the other.
the other
Mhm.
side.
It's all part of that, all
Okay.
part of that bid.
It's really necessary.
Yeah, it's,
It's kind of chaotic out there at these concerts.
Yeah.
Everyone pulling in and they don't know where they're going, and
Yeah.
we really need a designated area for this.
Is it going to be taken out of this year's budget?
That, yeah, we have we still have the carryover and yes. So
you've
yes,
got,
it's all in the Parks and Rec budget.
And I think Visit Rome just,
you're sitting on a lot from last year.
Yep, and Visit Rome just.
221,000.
theirs in. Yep. So,
Where'd that come from? We'll talk later. So, yeah, it'll be this year's budget. Entertain a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Be a little more specific.
to approve, can you say motion to approve?
Motion to approve the,
Recommendation.
okay, wherever the trucks park, the food trucks.
I guess that'll have to do. Any further discussion? Well, go ahead, yeah.
The mo-
be the electric, sorry.
Yeah.
Everything.
I have a motion by Giordino and second by
Everything, Lisa.
Rappin to approve the recommendation from the Parks and Recreation Committee for the Public Works Director to have a food truck pad installed in the Rome Town Center, including the electric.
Like I said.
And we got a second. Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Number 13, discussion and possible action, approval of a Town of Rome cell phone policy and purchasing cell phones for department heads.
Yeah, this actually would be, if you looked in your packet, thank you, Town Chair and Supervisors. In your packet is a mobile device policy, and going through the policy, I discovered we don't have that. And there are some department heads that have phones. I think the police chief and the public works director currently have city-issued phones or town-issued phones. And I do know there are some staff who occasionally work from home and they take their device home. We have no policy that dictates what to do with those devices. It's really important in the cybersecurity world that we have something in place, some rules to follow, some guidelines for the employees. So this policy was drafted for that purpose. It isn't just for phones, it's all inclusive of any mobile devices. And then the other piece to this would be the request that there is allowance to purchase town-issued cell phones for department heads. Reason being, there's security vulnerabilities in using your own personal device. There is liability and risk to the town in using your own personal device. It becomes not just, I know we use an app that people have on their personal device. The problem becomes the whole device becomes discoverable and is open and subjected to open records law. Not that anybody's doing anything wrong, but that can be compromising for an individual employee in terms of their privacy. And so we want to protect that. That also protects the town and minimizes any liability and risk to the town in that respect. So that's what the request is for. I can certainly answer any questions that anybody has.
Who do you use as a provider for the cell phones?
I'm not sure who we have right
So,
now.
The police and fire department, I believe they do actually have policies for their phones. They use AT&T because they have a special program for emergency services.
In the police chief's contract, there is like 3 sentences that talks about cell phone use, but it's not a full scope policy by any means. So,
And then the public works director uses US Cellular.
so we would have to, part of the steps I think I've listed in there would be to procure the necessary devices and service plans. So we would have, all this would come back with the cost,
Numbers,
where the
yeah.
service plans are, all that information would come back. It's just the approval to go forward, procure these, this information, bring it to you, adopt the policy that's in front of you, and then move forward with all the rest of it, obtaining the devices and service plans.
Well, if you're going to look at getting town cell phones, it's got to be compatible with, I believe it's AT&T and disasters. They will come in and provide towers and coverage that the other cell phone doesn't.
That's what,
Yeah, I think
that's what the police
Jason,
fire
yeah.
has, yeah.
Yep.
So it would have to be compatible with that.
Yep.
For all
Yeah.
town phones.
Yeah, we would make sure that everything is cohesive, and that, yeah.
Karen and I talked about it earlier, and it just made a lot of sense. Every company I've been with, we've had our phones. I mean, it's just standard practice, SOP, so it makes a lot of sense, and your reasoning here is very solid.
And then if the head of the department leaves, the phone just gets turned back to the.
The phone is owned by the town,
Town,
and it gets
okay.
turned back in, yep.
Okay.
So it would be phone numbers that are issued from the service plans that the town would have contract with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many phones we talking here?
Well, like I said, Public Works already has one, and I think that was just kind of by default. There was some history there, and so
Okay.
they have one. And police. I talked with the fire chief. He uses his own personal cell phone, so it would be fire chief, myself, zoning administrator, and then there's Wendy and Robbie, clerk and finance director. So,
That's six.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you take a look at minimizing liability and risk to the town versus the cost of what, and you know, I don't have the numbers for cost, versus whatever the cost is for that, I think you can hazard a guess at which one would cost a lot less.
The current people that have the town one, do they have their current plan? What, do you know, is there a dollar amount on the current plan that they're using?
I don't have that information from Robbie. I can get it from you, from Robbie, and bring it back if you want that. I can certainly,
I'm just kind of trying to get an idea of what it will be for all, for all six.
yep.
She'll come back with a
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back with all the
Okay.
numbers.
So you're going to come up with a written policy for us to review?
There is a written policy in your packet
This is-
for the devices. That's a
I didn't see
draft.
that. I skipped over that.
Yep. It's actually not just for cell phones, it's for all mobile devices. And as I said, so we already have some people taking laptops home to do work from home. So this is inclusive of any mobile devices that the staff currently uses, and a policy that are applicable to those devices as well. So I think it's a draft form right now at this point in time. What I would need to do is reorder the numbers so it matches with the rest of our policies that we have and it's ordered appropriately, but essentially the draft language is what it would be. So it would be just adopting that language, and then that could be added to our policies that we currently have. So,
Mark, I have it printed here if you want to see it, but I have one.
I'll read
it's like, I think it's like,
Okay.
what, 6
Thank you.
pages or something?
Yeah.
It's pretty inclusive, so.
Got any idea on the cost of this?
She'll come back with it.
Yeah.
This is just to move forward and see,
I think we can have her go forward with getting us more information.
Yeah, and if you're comfortable, you could adopt the policy now, because that's all inclusive of any mobile devices.
You want to put this on the next agenda?
I don't think they've.
Well, if she's got the
They've
information,
read the
then sure.
policy to adopt it today. They need to read it a little more thoroughly.
Okay.
Because they haven't had a chance to read it, so.
Okay,
I guess I'd move to table it till the next meeting.
sure.
all right.
Bring it back around again.
Need a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Table to the next meeting. Number 14, discussion and possible action, approval of a RFP for IT services.
So this one is to take a look at what's out there and what's available. I currently, right now, have 4 contracts that I've managed to find in our records for Solaris. There's some different types of contracts. We have a lease agreement, we have a services agreement. There's an addendum to the fees, that was from 2022. And then I think there's one more. I gotta think about what it was. Anyways, I sent those all to Vinnie, attorney for the town, for him to take a look at, to give me the lay of the land of where we are with Solaris. From what I could gather in the contracts, as far as managed service agreement, it looks like there's a managed service agreement in 2017 that was a 3-year agreement, so that would have ended in 2020, and then that carries forward, I believe it was on a month-to-month basis for any IT, this is specifically IT agreement. And so, would like to take a look at, I talked with Carl about it, would like to take a look at IT services, what else is out there and what else is available. I listed several reasons why, and again, cybersecurity is a huge issue right now. So we would want to take that into account. It would be securing a long-term reliable partner for IT services, improving efficiency and security of all the town departments, standardizing IT all across the organization, and then also ensuring continuity of essential services through maintenance and rapid support. Right now, I've talked with finance director. What is the response time of the current contractor? And it's anybody's guess.
Marginal.
It can be 4 hours. It can be 4 days. And so trying to find something that is a little bit more consistent in service, and I would say more secure. I think security is a big thing that we need to have. The other thing is then we would also have that standard, consistent, in-house IT support. Or not in-house, it would be remote. Probably remote IT support.
Well, I make a motion to approve the request to get RFP for IT services.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Number 15, discussion and possible action approval of a request by Wisconsin Dunes LLC for the exclusion of Lot 1 of Certified Survey Map Number 7101, presently a part of parcel number 030000003420035 from mortgage granted to the Town of Rome pursuant to a development agreement among the Town of Rome and Wisconsin Dunes LLC dated as of June 22nd, 2016. Just so you know, this has been typical over time as they develop and sell off properties and lots. We do relinquish part of the lien so that they can sell the lots and have a free and clear title to it.
Okay.
And with the funds they have, not funds, but the valuation nowadays, it's not really an issue, but it is a common practice. And it's been carried out right along. So
We did have the town attorney look at it.
yeah. So
And
did you want to mention anything on that?
I don't have anything to add unless you have questions for me. I
Oh,
can make sure.
well, anybody have any?
Happy to answer it.
the recreation space is going to be like a pond, or
Where's this going to be located?
I don't know if that's on or not.
Yeah.
Is it
You
on?
want to introduce yourself? I'm sorry.
Hi, Baker Thompson, Senior Vice President of Development at Sand Valley. It's an owner that has an existing lot, is buying the lot next door. There's an acres between, and we're basically giving them that so they can have the two, and they may put a putting green there, but we're not 100% sure. So, so this is just a continuation of somebody that's already an existing landowner, and like you mentioned, this comes up from time to time. Appreciate the continued support. So if there are any questions specific to it, I'm happy to answer them, but I just want to make sure you guys
This
knew
is
I was
how
here.
they- really one of the ways they add value,
yeah.
for sure.
Try to.
Been doing pretty good.
So it's all the same owner. They're
Yeah.
just kind of going a little bigger.
They're
Okay.
buying a second lot.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions?
I make a motion to approve the request by Wisconsin Dunes LLC.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion's carried. Very good. Number 16, discussion and possible action, solar farm update. All right, who wants to start?
Go ahead.
Vito, go ahead.
Well, we've been meeting, as we all know, and what we discussed today was what I saw about 2 hours ago. There was a letter from a congressman addressed to the PSC, and basically alerting the PSC to the situation that is existing amongst the rural towns in Wisconsin. So at this point, we're kind of gearing up for the December 3rd PSC meeting, which is going to be, well, we still don't know. You said today it might be at the Nakusa Community Center. So we're kind of banking on that, and we're trying to get the people involved. And hey, we still got a chance.
We've created a lot of noise over time
Yes.
with the media, and I think it's drawn a lot more attention. And they're zeroing in, I think, on some of the folks. Hopefully, they're getting a little nervous. I spent some time in the last couple of weeks with a lot of different people. The last couple of days with Jensen Ecology, and they do look at endangered species. He's familiar with it in the area, especially because he's done a lot of work for Sand Valley. So he's going to take a look at what we're working with here. He was a little surprised that they did notice that there was Conner butterflies that were spotted, as well as the lupines that they eat, the plants that they eat from, and they're still not doing much about an EIS. So he doesn't handle the EIS, but he knows people that do, as well as our own environmental engineers. They do the same thing. So there's a lot of opportunities there. Again, dealing with the feds over the state, the feds have authority and they can shut the whole thing down on a whim, and they've done it. So all is not lost. The other thing is the MFL. There's still no resolution on that. I don't think they expected that one to come up. We've got a few other little nicks and crannies that they haven't. I don't think they've explored. One is the wellhead protection zone for future use. Nobody's been looking at that. If we want to expand our water system in here and put a well in somewhere else, the wellhead protection zone would have to be a half a mile from any of these operations, and that could put a ding in their operations as well, especially if we can come up with a plan on the front side. One of the things about the environmental endangered species is these are where we're dealing with species that are migratory, and they can't do much about it right now other than look at history. But as far as going out in the field and doing a physical check, which nobody's done really, that would delay any vote then until spring, until the migration starts again. So hopefully we just keep pushing them back until they just either give up, money runs out, or something on that line. So that's one of the strategies. And talking to some folks last week at Syracuse. Again, met with DNR, one of the replacement DNR for Dan Bauman, and it's just amazing to me. She's been there 9 months. She knows nothing about what's going on with the solar farm. She knows nothing about nano bubbles. She knows nothing about anything. So the people below her are not feeding them the information, which is really disappointing.
Yeah.
When I was a manager, if you didn't tell me something, yeah, you weren't there too long. But I've got a lot of information going back to her. She seemed very interested in the whole thing. I talked to one of the Democratic governor candidates, and she seemed disinterested, so I'm not going to bother with her. Talked to Mike Colas. He's the head of the Wisconsin Towns Association. And after we got done with our, I'll call it unpleasantries, because we had some nasty grams going back and forth, because I didn't like the way they were handling things, and they didn't want to. But then we did have kind of some agreements. He did think that the endangered species had legs, and he said no, he's applied that before. And he also, about the MFL, he wasn't familiar with that at all. But I think that was very helpful having a discussion with them. They will try and help behind the scenes. They don't want to get out in the middle of it because they're afraid of getting shut down by both parties. Whatever. politics.
I have one more, Carl.
Yeah.
Proactively, the Planning Commission has decided to start looking into possibly enacting any ordinances so we can control, like, for example, how far back the buffer zone is going to be. So at this point, we brought that up at the last Planning Commission. And what is going to happen is we are looking at other towns that have enacted ordinances, zoning ordinances, that is, for the solar farm. So we're trying to get this in place now, so in the event, we don't win this case, at least we have some control on, on how we could bury it behind trees and things like that. So we are looking at other towns and what has worked with them, and we will, at this point, take it that way and bring it to the board.
The battery storage too, please,
Right.
I read in that letter that they don't need anything special for fire equipment. I'm like,
Nonsense.
I mean,
Yeah.
my silly hybrid car had to have a silly sticker on it to tell the fire department that I have an extra battery in my car because of the fire danger. I mean, we're going to have how many of them sitting over there? That's a huge fire danger. I can't believe they said they don't need any extra equipment for that.
Yeah,
don't
I went through their
understand.
20-page testimony report, and it was pretty lame, and I refuted a good portion of it, and I put it out there for print for everybody, but I also sent it to our attorney to tear it apart, and that's something that they presented to, they've actually already presented to the PSC, but it's so riddled with errors, it's kind of funny. But there's a lot more to come on that, so we're not gonna let it go. They're not handling everything right. Again, we've got almost 1,700 signatures now. We thought we had 500 signs out, but the police looks like about 50 of them back down. But we did,
Come back and get
whatever's
'em.
out there.
Come back and get them. They're
I
out
think they picked
there.
them up, right?
Yeah, they're over here. They're
Yeah,
out front here.
Cindy and Lori Pritzel picked them up.
Yeah, they're back out in front.
Yeah.
So we did order another 100, and we did cap out at our limit of $6,000 that the board approved. So I was going to ask the board if I wanted any additional funding for more signs. Lori can put another banner up on Z. That was $25. The more signs we get, the cheaper it is. But I don't know if we're going to need another 500. It's a lot. But if the board wants to give us a cap on increasing any more signs, up to you guys. Just a heads up too, though. We've been on 3 TV stations. We've been on WPR, NPR, local papers, and any other outlets you can think of. Just keep piling it on. And again, we did put more letters out there. We got 3 letters, and there's addresses to send them to. I understand we are getting them flooded with some of this stuff. And also, we now are joining forces with other towns. I've talked to 2 other towns, Maple Creek, small one, but Lori over at Morgan she's reinvigorating the whole thing there. They're going after him again and technically they violated 19.45 of the state statute as far as dealing with Nextera and the 2 board members. They all violated statutes, so hopefully something's going to come of that too. So anyway, there's a lot going on, a little more behind the scenes. Not going to divulge yet, but still going on stuff. We do have to have a report into the TSC through our attorney by October 27th. The meeting is scheduled on December 3rd, and I've heard it's in Nakusa, but I'll have Stan work on that and see if we get it moved over here. And also, we're going to invite all the politicians to this as well. So we do expect a crowd. But get the letters out there. I think that's a big one. Getting the letters out there and getting the politicians nervous.
Yep.
They don't like bad publicity, and we're going to make sure they hear a lot of it. Any questions from the? Guess not. Anything else? Want to do anything with funding? It's up to you guys.
We've got 500 signs out there now, right?
They're not. Well, they'll be back out again. Yeah, we'll be out again by this weekend. We're still getting requests. I mean, we meet every 2 weeks or so, or almost every 2 weeks. If we need to get more and more, we can. I would suggest maybe funding for another 200, maybe. I think $1,100 would cover that. But we won't order them. We'll get the other 100 in and see what happens there too. So, play it by ear.
So when we get these other signs out in the lobby or out again, we'll have 500 out.
Yep. I've given 170 already went through Rome Outdoors, and he's getting late again. So we only had about 20 left after these were before these were pulled.
You know, I think we should announce right here and now, those people that had their signs confiscated, come on back to the town hall and pick up your signs.
Yeah.
We got them back from the police department. Just please put it on your property, not on the easement.
Yep.
Do we need more than 500 signs?
I don't know. Well, we got 100 more coming.
Do you want to wait 2 weeks for the next meeting and see how there's
Yeah.
3 weeks?
If we
We can do that. Well, yeah, we can do that.
if we're going to have
You know what?
600 signs,
Well, let's wait.
You want to wait until after the December 3rd PSC meeting
No,
to see which way? Oh, no, okay.
not for signs.
Oh, okay. I just want to see it, get a feel of how it's going to go at that point.
do we know when we'll get a decision from the PSC, Carol?
It's probably a couple months.
They've moved
from
the
them.
date again, yeah, so.
Yeah.
They what?
They moved the date again.
They had to move it
Next
because
year?
since Stan filed on June 12th, they had to move the date. But if we can hold them off further for the endangered species, that'll push them back probably till near the end of next year. Because they got to go out and do the research, and they got to go out and do the analysis.
Who usually makes them do the impact statement? DNR?
No, they might. The DNR might if we give them the proper information. If not, we can go to court and basically demand one with proper backup.
Who's going to get the proper backup for us?
That would be either EOR or somebody that Jensen deals with. They're out there. We know. We've had the sightings of the different species. There are two Karner blue butterflies is nuts. I've got residents up there that say they see them all the time, and they live right there.
We've got to get the facts to get the impact statement
Yeah.
required, so.
Yeah.
And doesn't the U.S. Fish and Wildlife have something to do with the endangered species?
Oh yeah. We show them we've got enough of them. They'll just say you're done, no more. They're the ones that have they.
They have a lot more
I also
power.
sent a letter to the a violation notice to the EPA, because technically by not even doing an EIS without even considering after all the facts they did turn in, you look at the facts that they had on their testimony, and the one from the guy, something Wade, I think his name was, he actually admits that there's going to be habitat loss and loss of life. They didn't give any suggestions of how many. They didn't list all the endangered species. The only ones they listed was the Karner butterfly. They didn't say anything about any other species, and there's more out there. So it just, I sent it as a violation to the EPA. I haven't heard back from them yet, so. Yeah, U.S. Fish and Wildlife,
They have a lot.
they could be our friends in
Yeah.
the whole scheme of things, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Okay. I was just going to mention, since Vito mentioned about telling people, letting people know that the signs are available, that you got back from the police department. The other thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, a lot of people probably don't know exactly where their property line is. So is it 33 feet from the center of the road? Is that the town easement? So people have an idea of where to put the sign.
Right, but it's 10 feet from the end of the road.
10 feet from the end of
And
the road.
So
Okay.
if you're standing at the end of the road, count 10 feet, be safe, do a little more, get them off your back. But yeah, I would think if you go to the center of the road, but 10 feet.
So 10 feet from the edge of the road, just so people know where to put them so they don't get picked up again. I know they sent something out, but it was just a whole list of things, and people just need to know they need to be 10 feet off the road.
Yeah. No, there's been a lot of them that actually have been in compliance, so. All right, anything else then? So no action on this one?
The next agenda.
Put on the next agenda, of course. All right, dates in future for...
Wait, I
agenda-
want the next agenda. I want to put something on the agenda.
That's what we're getting to.
Oh, my bad.
Dates and items for future agenda meetings, number 17, next agenda items. You're up.
I have something I'd like to put on the next agenda. I'd like to have a discussion on an overnight parking ban on the municipal lots. That's all the municipal lots.
Okay,
Mobile device policy.
sorry.
The mobile device policy.
Yep. Solar farms,
Got it.
yeah. And other items as they come up, so, all right, 18, next meeting, date and time?
Next Wednesday, October 22nd, 5 PM budget meeting, and Thursday, November 6th, 5 PM regular board meeting.
Wait, no,
November
But-
6th.
what'd you say was the budget meeting? October 22nd.
Yes,
Oh,
next Wednesday.
right, okay. And when's the next board?
Thursday, November 6th.
6 November. Okay, gotcha.
And 1022 is budget.
Yeah.
Okay, motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We're adjourned.